if we just crack that one, we're going to see CCS move forward at a far faster rate than we've seen to date.
So, Gavin, you're moving towards CCS. How does that look? How does it work?
So, we've been producing gas for 40 years here in the UK, and it's time to change. We have a couple of years left of gas, so CCS is the future for our company. That's what we've decided to do. We've got the perfect opportunity to do it. We have 1 billion tonnes of capacity within our depleted gas reservoirs in the East Irish Sea, and that gives us a lot of opportunity to store carbon dioxide. We're working with the Peak District. They are cement producers. They produce between them about 40% of the UK's cement, something that we obviously need. And we have the ability to provide a home for their CO2 rather than allowing 3 million tonnes of carbon dioxide to go into the sky. So it's really a winner all round for the UK and for the industry.
And so you've got a great idea, you've got a plan, you've got some geology. What do you need to move forwards?
We need to see government policy move along. Obviously, there have been major funding announcements from the previous government, and the current government have also backed that. That funding will support the the first projects that have come forward, like HyNet, but they don't support other projects. So it's less about funding, it's more about clear policy from government, about business models, and about how these projects can actually move forward. The good news is that DESNZ understand it, they get it. We speak to DBT and Treasury as well, they get it too. They recognise there is a lack of policy clarity, and we're working very, very close to them, and we're optimistic that we're going to see more clarity certainly within this parliamentary session, which will allow our project and other projects to make more progress.
So what's the single kind of bottleneck that would allow you to kind of move forwards, right? What is that policy lever?
So really, in simple terms, it's how can a company that wants to store carbon dioxide charge customers and emitters to actually store that carbon? You need an economic license to be able to do that. You get that from Ofgem. If you're part of the Track 1 process, then an economic license is part of that. If you're outside the Track process, which is us and every other CCS project more or less, then there is no way of getting that economic license. So boring, but technical stuff, that's what we need. And it really is literally a case of sitting down with DESNZ, DBT, Treasury, and understanding, how do we do it? How do we secure that economic license to allow us to move forward? Once that's clear, I think you'll see more CCS projects coming forward. That's certainly something that the NSTA wants to see as well, the regulator, because they're making more carbon storage licenses available to this sector. So again, if we just crack that one, we're going to see CCS move forward at a far faster rate than we've seen to date.
And just to give us an idea about timelines, assuming you get the thumbs up, assuming you get the right policy indicator, how quickly can you move into construction, into tackling this big problem?
So we're speaking specifically for our project because we've got maybe just a couple of years left of gas production, and then we'll be ready to start storing carbon, subject to onshore construction of infrastructure, offshore construction of compression facilities, etc. You're looking at storing carbon in the early 2030s, so really not long. It still works. Within that time frame, we can make a final investment decision within this Parliament, within this current Parliament. We can do that, and then we can move forward very, very quickly. Other CCS projects, timelines obviously vary depending on their own infrastructure projects, but if we concentrate on ours, on Morecambe Net Zero, then yes, within the next couple of years we could be storing carbon.